Hey there, friends and family, or maybe I should just say, hey there, YouTube. In the last few weeks, I've really gotten a lot of messages and comments from all of you viewers, and I've realized that it's no longer just about only my friends and my family, but there's a lot of people watching my videos that I had no clue about. I recently found out that one of the Micronesian congressmen has watched at least one of my videos. I've gotten messages from several people in the States who perhaps had been here and served on Pohnpei before for a short period of time, and they were interested in my work. I've gotten a message from some Micronesians, and so a lot of people are watching my videos, and I thank each and every one of you for that and for taking an interest in me. I do apologize, I haven't put out a video in a while. To be honest, this particular video that I'm going to do about Christmas, I've tried several times to do, and I've just never been satisfied with the results. So hopefully this time will be the time that I can get it online for all of you. I just wanted to talk a little bit about what it's like to spend Christmas here in a different culture, in a different world, just entirely different from what you're used to. And I guess the first thing that I wanted to say is I really had to kind of rethink what Christmas is all about, or think about what makes it feel like Christmas to me. Because I guess probably up until this year I spent every one of my Christmases, my entire life, in Pennsylvania. And so there are certain things that lead up to Christmas that kind of make it feel like you're coming into the Christmas season. In Pennsylvania, of course, around September, starts to get a little bit cooler. Maybe the leaves start changing colors in late September or October. And you have the fall colors. And then the leaves fall off the trees and it continues to get colder. Of course, I love archery season. I love hunting deer. So you go through archery season, then you have Thanksgiving, then you have rifle season for deer. And by the time all of that's over, you're about 2 weeks away from Christmas. And it's getting cold and it feels like the Christmas season. Now, as a Christian, I believe that Christmas is all about celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. And I try to make that what is important. However, these other things are what make it feel like that season, that time of year when we celebrate that. However, here on Pohnpei, there is no fall where leaves start changing colors. There's no hunting season. Even for Thanksgiving, I wasn't with my family on Thanksgiving, and so it didn't feel like Christmas. And I was very thankful for my sister. She sent me a care package, and it didn't get here when she wanted it to get here. It got here later than that, of course, with our postal system here. But I was very thankful that it came when it did, because it was kind of a day I'm like, man, it doesn't feel like Christmas yet. And she sent me a great box of food and goodies, and somehow she managed to pack in a little miniature Christmas tree for me, and that really just brightened my day and made it start to feel like the Christmas season. Of course, Christmas normally for most of us would be about spending time with our families, and of course this year I was approximately 9,000 miles away from my family, and so I'm very thankful for the computer and Skype, especially video Skype now with our internet upgrade that we've done recently. And so it was really nice to be able to actually talk to my family over video Skype on Christmas. I was actually able to watch them open some presents, and they watched me open some presents that they had sent in a box. And so I'm very, very thankful for that technology. Let me just also mention kind of what it's like here for Christmas, and that is, a lot of parties. Just like in the States, you might have a Bible study party, and you might have a church party and a school party and these different parties. And so I was able to be involved in a lot of those parties. And of course, like our parties in the States, food is an essential part of that. Now, the food might be a little bit different than what you might have in the States, but definitely food is a huge part. But one of my favorite parts about these parties is just sitting around and listening and joining in on the music. Here I would say guitar and the ukulele are really the two primary instruments, and it seems like just about everybody knows how to play both of them. And of course, I actually already knew how to play the guitar before coming here. I've been playing for quite a while, but I bought a ukulele and I've started to pick that up and learn that a little bit. And it just is a lot of fun to sit around in a group and just strum and sing, and that's probably one of my favorite parts about these parties. Also, Christmas here is a lot of church programs, as you might expect. And because I'm kind of the technical guy among the Baptist churches, I suppose, I had the opportunity to go and be involved in a lot of different programs. I did audio for a school program. I did audio for some other Christmas cantatas. I had the opportunity to record video for several programs and cantatas and things like that. And of course, that meant a lot of editing and things afterwards. So Christmas for me, from that aspect, was very busy. A very busy time. But I did enjoy getting to actually visit some churches that I had not been to before, and really enjoyed getting to meet some new people and fellowship in that way. I was also very thankful for the Wellis family, who invited me to join in on several of their family parties to make me feel a little bit more at home, feel like I had a family, and I very much appreciated that as well. And I'm going to actually go ahead right now and I'm going to roll in some pictures and some footage. Unfortunately, I don't have as much as I would like, but just some of what I do have, I'm going to put in up here some pictures and some videos of some of the different Christmas events that I went to, and then I'll come back and talk a little bit more.
Merry Christmas to Shell and me, Alex. Wait, wait.
Seven. And she brought forth of her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn.
All right, the other thing that I wanted to mention beyond Christmas was what it's like on New Year's, because I had been warned that New Year's is crazy here. And to be honest, I didn't give much thought. Well, on Christmas Eve, or I'm sorry, on New Year's Eve, we had a service at the church. And a few minutes before midnight, all of a sudden I heard this ruckus. And what they do here is they just make noise all night long. And one of the main ways that they do that is they'll get a 55-gallon drum, a metal 55-gallon drum, and they'll play it as though it's a drum, the instrument. they'll get 2 pieces of rebar and they'll just beat on that 55-gallon drum all night long. And maybe they'll get an old cylinder like from a torch that would have oxygen or something like that in it, and they'll get some rebar or some piece of metal and they'll just beat on that. And sometimes they'll put it in the back of a pickup truck and just drive up and down the streets beating on that. And let me roll in a clip here of that, of them beating on it. This is not New Year's, this is actually at another party, but this is basically what they do all night long during New Year's. And in fact, it even goes on the next day, sometimes even to the next night. Fortunately for me here, the radio station sits back off the road, and my room's kind of in the back of the building, so I really don't hear that. But many people who live near the road and have a lot of open windows in their house really can hardly even sleep that night because of all the commotion. And it was really quite the interesting experience. In fact, they warned me. They said, now when you drive home, make sure you roll your windows up, because there will be people spraying water on the cars, and people just out there shouting and screaming, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. And it was really an interesting experience, just really a ruckus all night long. So I hope you found some of this interesting, just a few tidbits about what it was like to spend Christmas and New Year's in a foreign country, away from your friends and family. Just on another note, this past Saturday, January 25th, Ruth Ann Arthur was able to make it back to the island. I would ask you to continue to pray for her. Her back is improved, but she still has pain and really needs to take it easy. So just continue to pray that she would have a full recovery, and continue to pray for me as I will continue to manage the radio station and teach the Bible studies and many things like that. So until next time, remember to pray for Pohnpei.